How you doing, folks? This is Dre, Recovery One Drones. Recently, we've seen a few things happen in the drone community that we haven't seen happen in a while, and it got me thinking. It's one of the things that make you go, hmm. Well, that part I'm wondering about is that even though with all the legislation that's going on and everything else, has nothing to do with that. This has something to do with you know, how we get the information of what's going on in the drone community itself. And what I'm talking about is that notoriously we get drone leakers. And specifically, we only get it, once you think about it, only on one company, and that's DJI. And we want to talk about, as I'm going to show you here, let me make sure I got the right one up. We're going to talk about, what is a leaker and everything else. And I'm going to bring this up right quick. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and highlight it, bring it up a little bit so everybody can read it like I'm reading it. Okay. And we talk about drone leakers, especially those focusing on DJI, play a significant role in revealing early details such as specifications, images, and product features ahead of official announcements, helping enthusiasts and buyers anticipate upcoming drone releases. And they talk about who are the drone leakers. Drone leakers are typically individuals or groups who gather inside information, test images, spec sheets, or promotional materials of unreleased drones and share those unofficial in online communities or websites. A few well-known leakers in the DJI drone community include, I can't pronounce his first name, Old Stuff, LV, Igor, Igor, and then Jasper Ellis, and also Boris. I haven't seen Boris' name in quite a while. These leakers often release concept sketches, product shots, and rumored specs for products like the now released Mavic 4 Pro, Inspire 4, Mini 4 Pro, and we talk about most currently the Mini 5 and other things that have come out and going from there. Now, my question is, if these guys are such insiders of the drone industry, how come we never get leaks from other brands? We've had, most recently, this drone here. How come we didn't get anything on this one? I'll show you what I'm talking about here. The Sky Rover X1. Those who have now reviewed it and got it into their hands pretty much know this is a DJI spinoff. Not a copy, is a direct spinoff of the DJI, as some folks refer to as the mothership. It's DJI internally and everything else, and not just a lookalike. It is what it is, okay, under a different name, and going from there. So what happened to these leakers on this? This came out of the blue, okay? And another one, this recently released. Go back here, and we go to this drone shot of this one here. Let me bring it up. And this company's been around for a minute, but you would think if someone is a true leaker, they would have had some information on this drone. Okay? And it's the 00 Robotics. They're two prop deal. The Mini drone that just released about a month or two ago. I guess you had to sign up on a list to get one to you. And there was, we heard about this, but we didn't get any inside pictures, no specification sheets leaked out, anything else, no test flights like we get from a lot of these other folks on that list of leakers. So, I got to thinking the other day, I said, has DJI been playing us all this time? As far as these people are basically paid advertisement group or this part of the DJI advertisement promotional team, because they always seem to have what I would call uncanny inside, information, uncanny test flight situations going on, and almost like they're like, I spy, in the bushes, getting shots from inside the factory and everything else. So it just makes you think sometimes, have we been getting duped all along? Or I would say not just duped, because I say DJI has not put out a bad product yet, okay, to speak of. But it always seems that one of these individuals are always involved when something's coming out from DJI. And that's, like I said, it makes you go, because they don't never have a bit of information on any other drones. Over the history, I've never seen any of these individuals up here have a, information on any Autel products. These guys have been around for a long time, so they never had any information on unique products, Potenzic products. They didn't have any information on the Sultan out of Japan product, and they never have any information on any American drones being built, regardless for consumer or enterprise level. They never have anything to bring to the table. It's only the DJI brand. And like I say, I'm wondering now, with all the legislation that's going on here, because we know America is a significant market, and what are these guys going to do, or what are we going to see in the future? Because that'll be the telltale sign. But we don't see anything out of these people in the future, because the American market will be pretty much closed off from the main selling points, which is usually at Amazon, Best Buy, Autorama, a few of those folks that makeup, because even to this day, I know a number of folks have used eBay to get their hands on the Mavic 4 Pro, but people are still not totally comfortable with that route. It's not the trusted route. Because I know, as the making this video, in the last 24 hours, I went on the DJI website, and it still shows pretty much majority of the drones on their site are considered still out of stock, which is basically saying you can't buy one if you're from an American source for looking whatever your carrier is. You have to use a VPN to fake it, or have someone from another location try to buy off of a DJI website directly. So we've had people report to us from Canada and other places around the globe who says that they show everything being in stock. So I just got to thinking about this. I say, you know what? Let me look this up. Because I've always been skeptical about these releases, and I've always thought to myself, what an ingenious idea to have your promotional team come out looking like it's, leaking industry secrets, and so to speak. And that'll make that just kind of gets the buzz going on what you have coming to the table. Because we don't see anything much from all the other products that DJI produces. Like we got the 360 camera coming out in another day or so. Didn't see any leak information from one of these individuals. It's just been the official DJI promotional stuff out there. So I'm wondering, where were these guys at on the anti-gravity 360 drone? It's made in China. Where were they at on the secrets on that? Coming out of the blue, out of left field. Not a word from any of these people here on this list. So I'm just kind of wondering, over the years, have we allowed ourselves to become duped in the DJI promotional field of how they promote stuff. Because I tell people a lot of times they don't do any real official advertising. They do a few things on social media, and that's about it. And then they rely upon the buzz from the leakers, and then they get everybody in the drone sphere that does all kind of shows based upon leaked footage, and that's all they talk about. Oh, can't wait to see if it's going to have a 1-inch sensor, if it's going to have this, if it's going to fly upside down, is it going to fly this and that, will it have 360 sensors about it, and everything else in everybody's wish list they want that drone to have. And then when they get it, it is what it is. But I always wondered, in the back of my mind, and then last night while I was watching the show, and that's where it really kicked in, that with these last couple of drones that have come out with other companies, they just showed up out of nowhere pretty much. And like I say, with the hunger of especially hobbyists out there thinking they might not be able to buy another DJI drone, they're having to wait until out of nowhere these drones show up in the market. So, like I say, things that make you go, So this is Dre. Pay attention, have fun out there, and enjoy yourself. Talk to you later. Bye.